Namaste, dear viewers. Welcome to the eSpirit World channel. Do you ever feel a deep sense of loneliness even when you're in a room full of people? You see your friends getting married and building families, and while you're happy for them, there's a quiet, nagging feeling that it's just not the right path for you. It's a confusing and often isolating place to be. It feels like society has this one script for a happy life, right? And a long-term partnership or marriage is almost always a main character in that story. But what if you don't fit that script? What if that ache you feel isn't a sign that you're failing at love, but a sign that your life is calling you towards something different? We are often told that these feelings are a problem to fix, that this kind of loneliness is a curse. But what if I told you they aren't signs that you're broken? What if that intense loneliness and lack of interest in a traditional life are actually powerful clues that your soul has a bigger, different mission in this world? A mission that might require a different kind of life, a different focus, and a different kind of strength. In this video, we'll explore 7 signs that your true calling might not be marriage, but a purpose designed to serve the world in a unique way. Stay with me, because understanding these signs can help turn your deepest struggles into your greatest strengths. The first sign, a loneliness that feels existential. The first and most common sign is a deep, persistent loneliness that company doesn't fix. It's not about being physically alone, it's feeling existentially separate, like you're an outsider looking in on a world where everyone else got a rulebook that you never received. Many spiritual teachings describe this as a common experience during periods of profound inner change or spiritual awakening. This isn't the loneliness of a bad date or a quiet weekend. It's a soul-level ache, a feeling of disconnection from the world because your energy and priorities are undergoing a massive shift. Some believe this loneliness is a sacred space, a time of withdrawal that pushes you to awaken your intuition and reconnect with your deeper self. It can feel as if you're being deliberately isolated, not as a punishment, but as preparation. It's creating the inner silence needed to hear a much quieter, more profound call, a sign you're meant to find your primary connection not in another person, but within yourself and a purpose that is uniquely yours. The second sign, a sudden and disruptive spiritual awakening. The second sign is experiencing a sudden, and often jarring, spiritual awakening. For many, this isn't a gentle, gradual process. It can be a life-altering event triggered by a crisis or sometimes, seemingly nothing at all. Suddenly, the world looks different. The career you built, the hobbies you loved, the life you thought you wanted, it can all feel hollow overnight. From a psychological perspective, this process can come with confusing symptoms like unexplained fatigue or a heightened sensitivity to your surroundings. While it's always wise to be mindful of your health, in a spiritual context, these are sometimes interpreted as the body and mind adjusting to a new level of awareness. You might find yourself asking, "Who am I?" and "Why am I here?" This relentless questioning isn't just curiosity, it's seen by some as the soul pushing you to look beyond the life you've been living and toward the life you are meant to live. This profound shift can reorient your entire being towards a mission, making past goals, including the pursuit of marriage, feel secondary or even irrelevant. The third sign, traditional life goals feel hollow or unfulfilling. The third sign is a clear and growing disinterest in traditional life milestones. While your friends are excited about engagements, weddings, and mortgages, you find that these things just don't resonate. It's not that you're against them, they just feel like they belong to a different world. You might even try to want these things to fit in, but it feels forced, like wearing clothes that don't fit. This isn't necessarily a fear of commitment. From a spiritual viewpoint, it could be interpreted as having a life plan that prioritizes the mission of service over traditional family structures. The idea is that your soul didn't come here to follow the well-trodden path, but to blaze a new one. This feeling of discontent with the conventional is a powerful nudge from your inner self, reminding you that your fulfillment lies elsewhere. Your purpose might be to model a different way of living and to show that a life dedicated to a higher cause can be just as rich as one dedicated to a single partner. This aligns with sociological perspectives that recognize lifelong singlehood as a valid and fulfilling life path for many. The fourth sign, your relationships are intense, lesson-based, and often short-lived. The fourth sign is a pattern of romantic relationships that are intense and deeply transformative, but often not built to last. Looking back, you might see that each partner was a catalyst, a teacher who came into your life to help you learn a crucial lesson. Some spiritual beliefs refer to these as karmic relationships, viewing them not as failures, but as arrangements for spiritual growth. The connections feel powerful, but once the lesson is learned, the relationship often dissolves naturally. You might even feel like you're a bridge or a healing presence for the people you date. They leave the relationship more self-aware or healed in some way. Some spiritual philosophies would suggest this is the work of a light worker, someone whose purpose is to help awaken others. This can be a painful pattern until you reframe it. From this perspective, you aren't failing at relationships, you are succeeding at a different kind of mission. Your soul's purpose is seen as acting as a catalyst for change in others' lives, a role that sometimes doesn't align with the stability of a lifelong partnership. The fifth sign, you have an unshakable pull towards solitude. The fifth sign is a deep, genuine need for solitude that goes beyond simple introversion. It's a powerful pull to be alone, not from sadness, but because it's in solitude that you feel most connected, creative, and aligned. Being around others, especially in superficial settings, can feel incredibly draining. For those on this kind of path, this desire for solitude can feel like a practical requirement. It's in the quiet that you can connect with your inner wisdom and receive guidance. For those whose purpose involves channeling new ideas, art, or healing, solitude isn't a luxury, it's the workshop. It's the sacred space where you tune out the noise of the world and tune into the frequency of your soul. While society can sometimes pathologize the desire to be alone, for you, it may be a sign of commitment to your inner world and the important work you're here to do. In fact, many who identify as single by choice report high levels of satisfaction, associating it with autonomy and self-fulfillment. The sixth sign, your empathy and intuition are your primary tools. The sixth sign is that your intuition and empathy feel less like personality traits and more like highly functional tools. You might know things without a logical explanation or feel the emotional states of others as if they were your own. This heightened sensitivity isn't always comfortable, but you have a sense that it's for a reason. According to some spiritual viewpoints, individuals with a world-serving mission are born with these abilities to help them navigate their path. Your purpose may be to use this empathy to understand others, your intuition to offer guidance, and your sensitivity to sense where healing is needed most. For some on this path, the intense focus required by a traditional partnership could feel like it narrows this wider field of awareness, whereas staying single might keep that channel feeling more open. This is a subjective experience, as research also shows that healthy marriages can enhance emotional well-being and provide profound support. The key is understanding what environment allows your unique abilities to flourish. The seventh sign, a burning, overwhelming desire to serve. Finally, the seventh and most definitive sign is a profound, unshakable urge to be of service. This isn't just a vague desire to do good. It's a fire in your soul that drives you to contribute to something bigger than yourself. You might feel a calling to heal, teach, create, or advocate for change. This drive for purpose often outweighs personal desires for comfort or even romantic love. Certain spiritual beliefs hold that some souls incarnate with a specific mission to help humanity, making their primary soul agreement with the collective, not a single partner. This sense of purpose is the destination that all the other signs may have been pointing toward. The loneliness helped you connect with your inner self. The awakening opened you to your mission. The challenging relationships were your training. The solitude is your sanctuary. The intuition is your guide. It all leads here to a life dedicated to service. This calling doesn't mean you can never experience love, but it does suggest that the central organizing principle of your life is your mission. Your deepest fulfillment may come not from finding the one, but from giving your unique gifts to the world. These signs are not about being against marriage or incapable of love. They're about recognizing a different, equally valid, and deeply sacred path, a path of service, healing, and awakening. If this video resonated with you, I would love to hear about your experience in the comments. Which sign did you connect with the most? Sharing our stories helps us all feel less alone on this extraordinary journey. And if you want more content that explores the deeper meaning of our life experiences, make sure to subscribe. The 7 signs are a loneliness that feels existential, a sudden spiritual awakening, finding traditional goals hollow, having intense, lesson-based relationships, a deep pull towards solitude, empathy and intuition that feel like tools, and a burning desire to serve. If you recognize yourself in these signs, please know you are not broken. You are not unlovable. You are not behind. You are simply on a different assignment. Your journey may feel solitary at times, but it is one of the most important journeys a soul can take. You are a pioneer, a way-shower, a healer. Your life is your message. Embrace your unique path with courage, trust your inner guidance, and know that your purpose is unfolding exactly as it should. Your love isn't meant to be contained within 4 walls, it's meant to be a light for the world.